Button. Refresh. Fucker.
There we go.
There we go. Okay. That. This. Hey, her mouth is not moving when I'm talking.
Yeah, I just needed to turn down my speaker sensitivity a little bit.
Okay, cool. So I have links that I'm going to throw in a bunch of places.
Awesome. Good on ya. There we
There.
go.
Where is the volume?
So we're just going to add everyone.
And she's tiny.
Oh, she's not that tiny.
Yeah.
She's actually around the amount of space she takes up in the box is actually about the same as my old avatar.
Yes,
It's
but
just
it's her
that there's
entire
more
body instead of just
avatar.
her face.
Fair enough. It's her whole body, a computer chair, a desk, a mic, a cup of coffee,
Yeah.
a plushy
What is the
D20.
cup? Okay, what does
Are you sure?
There, we're going to throw.
Are you sure you don't want like a
Let
magic
me do a
orb or
bit of a
pearl
check,
something since she's technically since her lore is that she's technically in the MGE universe?
If I wanted to include accessories from the MGE
She knows a gremlin. She knows a gremlin.
Yeah, let's go with
Yes.
she knows the gremlin.
She knows a gremlin who she bribed with caffeinated beverages.
Or bribed with tactics, or bribed with husband tactics.
Or a charged particle beam can.
Or it could be if that was on.
You guys do
She stole it from one of
realize the running gag of Ariana is that all of her plans to bag a husband are so exceedingly harebrained they fail catastrophically.
Exactly, and she's dragging this gremlin down with her.
Yeah, she bribed the gremlin with coffee, hence why she has a setup.
Also, she is also married. Also, she's married.
Yes, she did finally successfully bag a dude. It just took her going to a matchmaking event and smacking a manticore over the head with the nearest like I think it was like a floral arrangement or something.
Yeah, just
like any one of these random servers that I have dumped this link off on because I'm sure everyone just loves it when I do that.
Cool. More manticores for me.
Stug, the fact that you say that so cavalierly is deeply concerning.
I do not want to know.
Or hot hound.
Can we at least start?
Yes, let's get this like.
Let's make this happen.
Yes, that would be lovely. Thank you. So, hello everyone and welcome back to the Clusterfuck. Since last you guys saw us, I got a new avatar. It's far less intensive for my computer, and also I think it's cute.
And it has a full computer setup.
Yep.
I question where it got to Starbucks.
Bold of you to assume that's a Starbucks cup.
Fair.
It is just a generic to-go coffee cup.
Well, I hope the Danuki did not poison it.
Bold of you to assume she... I probably could have asked the artist to make it a reusable coffee cup, but I don't care.
Hey, maybe she bought a specific coffee cup and it doesn't look like it looks like a disposable one, even though it's reusable.
Fair enough.
They have those. I don't understand them, but they have those.
Yes, and again, bold of you to assume she does, and yes, she does make her own coffee.
Yeah, but
I fear if it came from the MGE verse, the monitor would look like a thing I can't say without getting demonetized, even though I'm not monetized yet.
A vaginal.
Bad, Stug! Bad!
It was rap.
Okay. Who wants to do... Okay, you know what, Rep? You're doing the recap.
Great. Okay. So, when last when last we saw us, Ander still had the party's single brain cell. He has named it Kevin. Okay, well, I'm just hoping that when he leaves for the Feywild, that it doesn't go with him. Anyway, that's neither here nor there, bro. We went to a priest who we went to. Ed got in trouble several times over his nonsense last time. We see before he and Ander went and got a tool to help deal with the blue dragon. Meanwhile, because Ander is the possessor of the sole brain cell the party has, the rest of the party proceeded to go to the church and do dumb shit.
Like accusing the friar for being like accusing the friar of lying and sneaking in onto the premises.
Fortunately, they went and got Ander because Ander is once again the only person who has a brain cell in his head.
Yeah, Akaki decided. Yeah, if we're gonna get something here, we need someone. Akaki actually went. Well, you know what? We need the brains of the group.
And Ander proceeded to clean up the mess before it became a massive problem. We got the amulet we stole from our Shadow Bronze Dragon's lair. Well, stole isn't the correct term. Looted, because we killed it first. We looted from the Shadow Bronze Dragon's lair, and we put that in. We got that purified. Talked to the priest of Bahamut, and are now doing other stuff, I guess. Was that a good enough recap?
This is enough. The first thing we're gonna start off with are, well, people know who we are, so we don't need to introduce ourselves, do we?
No, we need to introduce ourselves. Shush. Every time. We might have new viewers.
Okay, so then we start with me because Mamsi got kidnapped.
Again.
Again.
Well, to be fair to him, he's also undergoing TB treatment at the moment.
Yeah.
Don't worry. As soon as I got plane tickets for Britain, I'm going to kidnap Mumsy myself.
Please don't.
You don't want to start a war with your country because you took a massive cursed British and brought it in.
What are they going to do? What are they going to do? Let me throw them into the Boston Harbor?
Anyway...
I meant your own country would accuse you of treason for bringing in a cursed British man.
Oh no, that'll be fine. It'll be fine. I'll just throw his tea in the Boston Harbor and we're good.
It's not like England can retaliate. They know better.
Anyway.
Out of the country.
Anyway.
Yeah, anyway. Let's put that pin on that. Hi. Simon Bengtsson here, or Bronze Knight. Swedish subscriber to the channel. And I play Akagi, our half-elf sword saint, party leader, and currently not the holder of party brain cell. Because when it comes to Tess, she gets very emotional. Because Tess is family.
Yeah.
So,
I'm John. Yeah.
Let's first check. Yeah, it's you, Dad.
Yeah. So I'm John, actually with an A, and I'm, as I said before, partly responsible for the starting of the Bronze Age. I'm playing Merrick, the new guy in the party, who continuously or repeatedly get thrown into the deep end by his fellow
the rest of the party, because...
Yeah, Akagi,
Oh, don't
so
worry.
apologize for that.
Oh, don't worry. I have ideas for me running a Black Dragon layer, if Susan will ever let me do that.
Mm. Let's hope she doesn't let you do that.
Oh, we already have plans in the works.
We have
Oh no.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, next we have let's check, it's Doug.
Hello, I am Stug, son of light artillery, descendant of two racehorses pulling a field gun. I play Ed-bred human fighter who must reclaim his family's honor.
Okay, fair enough.
That it wasn't much gremlining. Everything is good.
Everything's fine.
so far. Is it my turn now? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, cool. I am Walter, son of Walter, descendant of Walter, the man who actually made that intro that Stug keeps trying to steal from me. And holy shit, my biceps have gotten a little bit harder. Okay, never mind. I play Ander, our summoner, man of mystery, and, well, apparently he's going to end up being the new party leader the way things are going. Because he's got to be making sure that people don't, do something stupid. And apparently I'm kind of ending up being assistant DM because I'm throwing out.
He's volunteered.
I find things. They're fun.
Yes,
They
he
give them to
finds.
Susan.
Yes, he finds things. He shows them to me. If I'm in a call with him, I start giggling. If I'm not in a call, the folks who live downstairs from me get concerned because I'm laughing like an evil madwoman again.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the party should live in constant fear of the things I find. And
I made a
occasionally,
meme about that.
and and Susan has agreed that occasionally I get to run things.
Occasionally, if I feel like my personal repertoire of skill is not quite there for pulling it off effectively, I will pull rep and go, hey, I need you to do a thing for me.
I'm good at
Okay.
traumatizing people.
Yes, you are.
So, I would
Now
say that's the end of my intro.
Yeah, now
Unless we want to try and sell my the pirate campaign. But
Let's get an episode of that up first.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
get an
we're,
episode up and get the subscribe star working.
Yeah, we're gonna be shifting that over to Patreon, by the way, because
It was taking too long and being too much of a pain in the ass. Anywho, so I believe when last we saw everybody, I think we were all actually still at the temple.
yes, we were.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think we were at the temple, but basically done with what we were doing at the temple.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which involved asking a nice priest to decursify an object and ended up ruining a perfectly good holy bird bath.
Yeah. Now where are they gonna get the holy birds?
They
No
can
need to worry.
reconsecrate it.
No need to worry. Let me check something. I have 378 gold and 1 silver. I could probably.
We're not buying the bird bath. They're gonna fix it themselves. This is all part of their job.
Yeah, it's just.
We're not the only idiot adventurers that show up.
Yes, you are not the only ones who show up needing shit decursed.
Oh, I need to get Anders' character sheet up.
Yeah, Akagi meanwhile looks for. What Akagi does is that she's going to look for Merrick. Is he around?
Ed's Ed's just outside the temple, just waiting, waiting outside, like a man waiting outside the change room for a significant other.
Akagi just leaves. So, where is Merrick?
Okay.
He's in the temple glaring at Akagi in a way.
Just
I think
That
he just
tell-
goes, if it is about me basically outing you, I am sorry. My emotions got the better of me.
Ah, just don't do it again. I keep throwing it in the deep end by you guys. I'm just helping you, and you throw me in the deep end. You
I understand. Look,
when we get back, you need to buy me a stiff drink.
how about 5?
Yeah, 5 stiff drinks are good. Will be good as well.
Because you did, because 1 for you did good, 1 bonus, and 1 for every time we throw you in the deep end.
Yeah.
How about
Great.
this?
The rate this is going, we're gonna go broke buying this man booze.
anyways.
Well, I think it looks at Adder. Well, then we at least have an incentive to not throw him off the deep end.
Actually, no, you're gonna go broke. I'm gonna be fine.
Anyway. So. So, after several minutes, um, the priest you guys asked to to please cleanse the bird bath, emerges. Well, good news. The bird bath is reconsecrated.
Thank you. And then she just kind of sort of goes, and what are the bad news?
There
We
is
owe
no...
them 9,980 gold.
No. Well, there isn't really any bad news. I'm just going to be borrowing your young friend for a little bit to make sure to follow through with what gestures to Ander he and I agreed upon.
Okay. Although make sure
Don't worry,
she is
she'll be
okay.
fine.
Thank you.
Ed's while sitting outside. We do. I remember, if I remember correctly. Crap! I can't remember its name.
Vesta.
Vesta. Thank you. Ed looks at Vesta for a moment. And goes, wait a minute. You were Plan a plan that had been foiled for longer than I've been alive.
Vesta. Nod.
We already discussed this.
How long would it take? Given your knowledge of hags, how long would it take for her to try again with someone else?
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Putting a changeling in is a long-term plan. Honestly, she may not even know that I'm no longer of use to her.
Yeah, she is still calling to Vesta.
Yeah,
So
it's like it's very weak, and I don't feel any compunction to follow it, but she is still trying to reach me. Plan A is still on the field for her, as far as she knows.
Okay, so we're dealing with someone who is so we're dealing with a hag who is very unfamiliar with how emperors are chosen. Because
Well, here's the thing.
I don't doubt your your leadership. I don't doubt your leadership skills, but
Here's the thing. If I hadn't been identified as what I am as early as I was, how do you think I would have been raised and brought up?
yeah, you would have been a trusted friend of mine. Someone I could have.
And I would have been being trained just like your friend is now. The only hiccup in the works for her plan was that the midwife who brought me into this world knew what to look for.
And she had the foresight to not follow tradition, so that's good.
Yeah, she knew what to look for someone like me, but knew that they had time to mold me in such a way that I wouldn't be guaranteed to be bad.
Or at least yeeted the problem child off to somebody who could nuke the problem child if the problem child went out of control.
I mean, fair.
Yeah, fair.
Still, if this person is going to have the influence that makes her dangerous, though, she's probably going to figure out that, oh wait, this isn't going to work. You're not going because like I said,
Normally,
I don't mean this is an insult to you. Don't mean this is an insult to you, but you're not going to get elected.
I know that for a fact. The thing is, though, I don't think she knows I was given up.
If I
So
recall correctly, Ander also kicked in the idea that the false emperor may also be a backup plan for said wicked witches schemes.
Yeah, basically, there are a lot of plans in the work. This woman has a lot of plans in the works right now.
All right. We figure out what the current most likely plan is. The thing is, though, we need to figure out the current most likely plan.
So one of the things I'm going to bring up is that it's never. I'll admit, I don't know much about hags. I wasn't raised to know much about them. But
the expert on the subject matter would be elsewhere. Yeah.
But here's the thing. As far as I'm aware, a hag child changeling doesn't have to be swapped out as an infant. It's easier that way, but it doesn't have to be that way.
You know, I'm not sure if it does or not. That's
the books actually
dangerous information.
Yeah, the books actually never specify that a changeling has to be an infant. It just states that that's the most common way of doing it.
Anyone could be a changeling now. Ooh, plot can occur.
Bad rep.
Stop creating ideas, rep.
Oh, trust me, this is an idea I already had.
Yes, I'm just excited. I just see the idea, and now I'm excited about it because chaos.
Anyways,
okay, the logical next step is to see if there's any, if rumors of what's turn out to be you are circulating through town when we get back. If we do that, we can know for certain if she actually swapped out Billy the 14th, if she managed to swap out Billy the 14th or someone else.
Akagi also goes, and we still need to find that midwife.
Depending on her age, by now she's already dead.
That would.
How can you be sure?
Or another.
I don't
or
think it's a
another-
matter of she's sure and more of a this is likely to have occurred.
Okay, so I mean, we still have to bet on the fact that she's alive.
We can hope.
I know. Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, that's essentially what.
It's something to look into later. For right now, though.
Yeah, we have
we
more
have to
pressing.
deal with. We have to deal with that bronze. We have to deal with that bronze dragon's blue girlfriend.
Yeah, and it was something I planned to look into with Sarid.
But Sarid appears to be otherwise occupied at the moment.
Yes.
Hopefully we can. Hopefully when she gets back, we can talk to her boyfriend and see if she has some experts on the subject. He has some. He knows some experts on the subject.
I mean.
Yeah.
Wait.
Also, I might need to notify her dad that she is currently at a meet the parents with her boyfriend. But I'm pretty sure
I do not
that...
wish to create. I do not wish to create a dwarven Feywild war. Thank you very much.
Okay.
I love how all Akagi had to do was breathe this plan, and it was just like, no.
Yeah, it's okay. So, okay, I'm just spitballing out ideas we can do. It's and if people think it's dumb, I'm not going for it. It was more or less to just, in case he contacts, then we need to figure out what we need to tell him if he contacts us and wonders where his daughter is.
So
we have
just maybe
We're just gonna
don't
we
tell him.
If he, I don't recommend we withhold this information from him if he asks. On the other hand, he has not yet asked.
Yes.
Yeah, so
we only tell him if he asks.
Otherwise, we do not bother. Otherwise, we do not borrow trouble.
Okay. Got it. And
I'm glad the character I'm playing for this is Ander and not some of my other characters.
Because Ander is the only one of your characters with sense.
Yeah, we'll call it sense.
Sense. Ability to behave like an adult.
Also, dumb idea number.
Less of an ability and more of a willingness.
Dumb idea number 2. If the hag or the false emperor knows we're starting it onto their tracks.
Yeah, Vesta would then be a loose end.
Could it
not
necessarily
necessarily
borrow time by pretending like we're focusing on one or the other?
You mean like making them? You mean like
making us think that we're going full mode? Remember that play about the guy obsessed with the white whale? We can do that with the one that's currently not. We think is currently not in play.
You know, there is the plan that Ander had already discussed with the party and said is probably the best option with the party.
Some of us have probably. Here's the thing.
There is that, you know. You could always go with that.
Here's the thing.
So
here's the thing. The characters remember this plan. The players do not.
Do not. I was noticing this.
So why are we...
Vesta is present, and I'm pretty sure Vesta remembers, and I'm pretty sure the DM remembers. Would Vesta kindly remind them because they're making...
Dude, you vastly overestimate my capacity to do that, but I will do the best I can. Vesta speaks up. gentlemen, if I recall correctly, we'd already discussed a plan to deal with this with Ander, and his plan seemed fairly sound.
Yeah, it did
All
do
right.
that. So, Ander, what was the plan again?
Ander is with his apprentice and the priest.
Oh, there. So, okay, so
Yeah, you guys are sitting here making plans without the brain cell.
it's less plans without the brain cell, and more or less the players try to get reminded what the plan was.
Okay.
Okay, out of character, you want me to remind you guys what the plan was?
Yes.
Okay. Basically, and Ander already made a object with which to use to get the blue dragon's attention. We are going to talk with the blue dragon, inform the blue dragon that her boyfriend was driven to the point of being a rabid animal by foul play, i.e., the amulet that we have as evidence, and attempt to recruit the blue dragon into dealing with the individuals likely responsible for this, i.e. the cult of Tiamat, i.e. the hag, i.e. the hag, because we know the amulet is of Fey origin.
Basically, the plan is.
But
Yeah,
Get
let's go with
the big bad blue dragon and make her mad at the hag so that we can be friends with the big bad blue dragon and nuke the hag.
Yeah, so okay, that goes. Well, basically, the plan is simple. We make this blue dragon. We present the blue dragon to why we show up. Talk to the blue dragon, present to it, and try and explain why we had to put down her bronze boyfriend, and make sure she doesn't decide to, and hope she doesn't decide to nuke us.
Yeah, this is where.
that sounds completely insane.
Yeah, this
You're
is
talking
where we.
to people who weaponize a dragon blender. And you're talking to people who own a dragon blender, and one of them, Merrick, is pretty sure escaped an insane asylum and is being trusted with weapons.
Yeah, goes around speaking to his sword and stuff.
He's talking to his sword like it's his mother. You're pretty sure this lad has problems.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, Merrick. The reason to why, Merrick, the reason to why he's beat
Well, the
to
thing
this.
is,
We're not going into that right now.
Yeah, we will come back to that. Anyways, so
Because Aggi does not know that Merrick has this opinion.
but
And this opinion was not spoken out loud.
Okay, that's too okay. Metagaming. Okay, yeah, no.
Yeah.
Let's not go
Fair
with
enough,
Yeah,
fair enough.
Instead, going to go with Merrick. When we sit drink, I want to hear want you to tell your honest opinion about us, and maybe we can work something out.
Yeah, I don't think. Like, given Ed's relative position, I don't think this plan was communicated to him quite yet.
we will get there. I think.
Well, it's a good thing Aggi just explained it.
Okay, Ed reacts to okay, fine, but also going to have to say something to Ander when he gets back, because there's an addendum I'd like to make. Probably not going to come to pass, but there's an addendum I'd like to.
What addendum would you like to make to the plan?
If for some bizarre miracle of magic science that we've driven the insanity from Adolphus, any deal that he makes does not involve him escaping justice.
Basically, you want to prevent him from pleading insanity. Is that what I'm hearing here?
Something that will prevent it. Something that will, yeah.
I mean, if we're talking about, because we're starting to get into a moral question, because basically, he was brainwashed. If we were able to break that, is he responsible for his own actions when he has been
That is a thing to
forced
discuss.
to act against his will?
That is a thing we will need to discuss when we get there.
Yeah, let's just
Well,
let's just
we will-
go over the plan later.
Yeah.
So,
We go with that part of the plan if it ever comes to it.
Right. Anywho, so you guys have politely buggered off to go get a drink.
Yeah.
Yes, because Merrick wants one. And considering what we
Yeah.
did, he
Consider-
deserves.
Considering how often we have thrown this poor halfling into mortal peril, he has earned
Yeah.
the adult beverage.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Ander, I believe you mentioned that you and Tess were sitting with this priest
Yeah,
of
you were-
Bahamut.
If I remember right, Tess was wanting to try making an oracular. Was talking about attempting making an oracular connection to Bahamut.
Thinking that could
It's
get
such-
her more protection.
Yeah. So Ander is, for the most part, just kind of observing and keeping an eye on his apprentice for this.
Yeah, it's just he's here to make sure his apprentice doesn't explode.
Yeah, she is his responsibility pretty much at this point. Again,
Yeah,
he's a familial bond, but Tess doesn't seem interested in that.
yeah, and also, if something happens to Tess, Akaki will abuse this familiar bond to lecture the hell out of Ander.
Basically,
That would be a
everybody will
mistake.
have problems.
That would be a
Yeah.
mistake. But yeah, she can make the attempt.
She's not gonna attack him. She's basically going to.
Oh, I know what she's gonna do.
Yes, but anyway,
Yeah. Anyway, so Ander is. I'm guessing they're sitting at a table or something for this.
yes. Thank you for the obligatory 40k reference, Doug. We should probably have a little counter for how many of those we make. But anyway, so the priest has taken out a bundle of herbs, actually very similar to the one you remember Tess surprise owning. Just like, all right, here's that, and where'd I put the burner? After some fumbling around, he has everything fully set up. All right. Now, this should do the trick, assuming she is capable of forming an oracular connection.
If she, Anders wise, if she isn't, I may actually consider that a benefit. It'll keep her further away from Tiamat.
Fair enough. If she is unable to form the oracular connection, nothing will really come of this. She might just sleep for a few hours.
I'll keep an eye on her.
Fair. As he's loading up the incense burner, Ander, would you like to make any sort of like herbalism or nature check to identify just what he's putting into this incense burner?
Yes, I would, because overly protective teacher.
Just, hi, what are you doing?
Let's see. I'm guessing that would be
Nature,
Right,
most
get
likely.
nature. Okay. So
Or whatever the closest skill is.
Yeah, let me bust out my handy dandy dice roller.
Woo! Dice roller!
That is not the correct app. And that is a plus 12. Okay, 17 plus 12, that is a 29.
17 plus 12, 29. Okay. So. They're dried, so some of it's a little hard to ID, but you're pretty sure most of this stuff is actually quite quite hallucinogenic. If she doesn't form an oracular connection, this little sorcerer is going to be tripping.
Yeah. And Ander just kind of stares at the herbs as he's putting them in, and he just kind of glances away under his breath. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Him finishing putting the little bag into the burner and holding a lit match. You said something?
Oh, nothing of importance.
Like, some of these you actually remember seeing some of your classmates try at wizard school.
Yeah, and Anders just sitting there thinking about what a lot of the wizards teachers in wizard school would normally say about oracles, and the drugs seem just about correct for what would be expected.
The absurd amount of hallucinogens
Yeah.
that are in that incense burner right now.
Give me 1 second.
The hallucinogenic causes connection problems. No! No!
No.
Supposedly
that's not what they say.
Supposedly the hallucinogenics help. That's why there's so many of them.
Yeah, the Wizards College, the mainstream wizard and artificer and that kind of attitude on magic, their general opinion on stuff like oracles is they're not really that well connected to the gods. They're somewhere between. They're usually more just clerics who get high out of their minds. That is the mainstream opinion for wizards when it comes to oracles.
Just, it's a cleric that got stoned.
Yeah, it's a cleric, and then, they just get high out of their minds, which, given the drugs involved here...
The Royal College had given a new definition to Acid Dragon.
Yeah!
Oh, my lord.
I don't want to know.
Well, there's a drug called acid, right? Yeah, there you go.
Anywho.
Really all.
Yes.
Now I want a black dragon that spews a gas that has a different form of acid involved.
I'm sure there's a stat block for it somewhere. Anyway, so he lights the incense burner. It's just like, and now we wait.
Ander, do I have a fucking spell for it?
What's the spell? Summon gas mask?
You're just raises his cloak and just kind of covers his fucking his nose and mouth with it, because he's gonna need a clear mind for this. I have rapid. Give me a second. I need to look up the spell for this on rapid adaptation.
Yeah, just, can I do this so I don't start tripping? Basically what happened to Keyleth and Vex in the Feywild. Well... So I'm not familiar enough with Critical Role.
It was in the Legend of Vox Machina cartoon, you know, when the two they got hit by that weird cloud and things got wonky for them.
No, rapid adaptation does nothing for it. Oh boy. Yeah,
Do you
Ander might be getting Ander.
Ander might be having a
Ander is
bad
going-
time.
Ander is going to stand up and put a little bit of distance between himself and this smoke, because for obvious fucking reasons.
Yep.
He's gonna need a clear mind to do this job, and this is not a.
This is not a recipe to get a clear mind.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
Oh wait, he has prestidigitation, which will do a small
Breeze.
item. Yeah, we'll just have it where he has prestidigitation, druid craftometer, and just kind of creating a breeze that's keeping this smoke away from his face, so
Yeah,
he's
just
not breathing this in.
So he is not breathing in the time to trip.
So yeah, that is what he is doing. He's maintaining a breeze that is keeping this out of his face. He is not getting stoned here.
Not today. No, thank you.
Not today, Slanesh.
That's two 40k references in an episode.
You're welcome. Hey, we keep
Technically,
this up.
that's Warhammer Fantasy too, but details.
Yeah, I don't know anything about Warhammer Fantasy, so I can't make the joke.
Moving on. So... as it really starts going, he, having put something over his own mouth and nose, kind of plonks a funnel over the top of it, so the smoke is coming out through the spigot of the funnel and kind of scoots it over to Tess with what looks like a tiny, like, shuffleboard cue. Just like, scoot.
Everybody just taking action to defend themselves from the drugs.
While scooting the thing actively towards the miner.
Yeah, that's how we're operating today.
Well, here's the thing. Tess agreed to this.
Please note, we do not approve of doing this IRL.
Yeah, no. This is just because
You'll
this
notice
is what...
you'll notice I'm not at all specifying what plants are being used here.
Yeah, no. So anyone who wants
Please
to
do
try...
not. Please do not.
Yeah, please do not. And also, good luck getting the correct plants.
Please do not.
Yeah, no.
Also, I will find you, and I will sell your kidneys on eBay.
Rap! Bad!
But yeah, my situation
But
of...
yeah, so Tess kind of stares at it for a second before he sees her get an idea.
Oh boy. Ander raises an eyebrow.
She has figured out how this works.
Oh no.
Yep.
So, after Tess takes the measures necessary to inhale the smoke, she just sort of sits there for us. She just kind of sits there, not really moving or doing much of anything.
Ander just kind of sits there and he glances at the priest. You know if anything, if this causes harm to my Apprentice, I'm sending you straight to Bahamut, right? Not Baphomet.
Oh, I don't know.
No. We are not.
They are not sending him to. We're not sending him to tiny goat girls.
I mean, if we're talking sending him to Baphomet, we're probably talking D&D Baphomet, which is
Far worse.
a lot worse. Well, debatably worse.
Oh dear.
And moving along.
Yeah, let's move along.
Yeah.
So he just kind of looks at you, looks at Tess, looks back at you. This has never caused anyone permanent harm.
Permanent.
Good. Good.
This hasn't caused anyone any permanent harm as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, the fun part is this man is not aware of the Dragon Blender.
Yes, this man is not aware of a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
Especially a lot of things about what the party is actually capable of doing.
Mm-hmm. If he was, he would be much more concerned with that threat.
Yep. Oh, yeah. He would be so much more concerned about his safety.
Yeah.
And probably also the structural integrity of the temple, because that's gonna that's not gonna be well.
Yep. But yeah.
Also,
I'm not
if you
entirely
check
sure
in
if
the
an angry
chat,
Grim
you
Garble is
will-
going.
Also,
I'm
if you
not
check in
entirely
the
sure
chat,
for Nick.
if you check in the chat, you will see something Mumsy just said.
Straight to bed. Yep. But anyway, so yeah. So as Tess kind of sits there, like the incense burner has not stopped, and there is a concerning amount of smoke now in this room.
Ender glances over at the
At the priest.
at the priest, like, should we open a window?
I mean, that might be wise at this point. Opens a window and starts fanning the smoke out the window.
I can't wait till we go outside and we just find the populace stoned out of their minds. There's just a bunch of homeless guys just all lurking by that window. Very happy with their new find. They're gonna hang out around the church a lot more often now.
Yeah, so as he's like just so it's like okay, and it's like now we just let the herbs burn down entirely, and then we just
Wait.
yes, we let the herbs all burn to ash, and then we wait.
We'll see how it goes then.
I'm sure she'll be fine.
I should hope so.
Let me guess, for my sake as well as hers.
That would be correct.
maybe just make some die rolls.
Uh, uh,
What's the matter? Ah, there's my dice roller. Let's see. Okay, not too bad, not too bad. So,
out of character, when you don't know the dice roll, not know the roll nor what the GM is rolling for, you should be worried.
you have
Even if
none of you have any need to be worried.
we should be worried even if it's good because we don't know the chart, we don't know the roll. So if we were to roll something and it's on the same chart, what would happen to us?
Don't worry, don't worry. Everything's fine.
Okay.
Everything's going great. Plot is about to happen.
Yep. So, okay. So,
Okay. It's
so
happening to my apprentice.
do you keep do you solely focus on keeping this little effect going so you also do not become stoned?
I mean, Ander is keeping this effect going. He is also keeping an eye on his apprentice.
Okay. Just thought I'd check.
All Ander has to do is maintain the effect, keep an eye on the apprentice, and he didn't even open the window, so he's gold on that.
I will say this, once it got aired out a little bit, the window did close again.
Okay. So, cue disappointed druggies in the alleyway behind the temple.
Wait a sec. Hey, Ed!
Hello. Do I have to roll something?
Yes.
Do we all have to
Constitution
roll
saving
something?
No, only Ed needs to roll because Ed is the one who's still vaguely near the temple.
Yeah, because the rest of us decided to go get a drink.
Actually, no, wait, Vesta's there too. This could be fun.
Yeah, I could cancel because I could
Okay, where did? Okay,
Is this
where did?
everybody in the temple is now rolling to...
No, this is not everybody. This is the breeze was not a good the breeze has made it such that going where you're going is not a good option. The breeze made opening the window the bad option.
So basically, now the rest now the party has to roll fortitude saves, don't they?
Only the folks.
Hey, it could also be a will save.
Nah, fortitude.
Well, I tried to help.
Okay,
Anyways.
so
Yeah, fortitude.
fortitude is plus 12. Okay.
I'm
The same
guessing,
combination.
yeah,
Yeah.
with I
me
guess
that one for the sake of comedy. Okay, crap.
Nat 1 for the sake of comedy. Nat 20. Apparently, you're like immune to this shit.
What about
he's
Vesta?
just walking, takes a breath. Huh, that smells funny.
Actually, no. I have a better idea, but we can come back to that.
Oh boy.
What about Vesta?
I'm about to do her role.
Do
That
I
one
need
for
to
the sake
roll
of comedy.
to be a dad? To be and my dad need to roll for our characters.
No, you're far enough away that it would have dispersed completely by the time it reached you.
Thank ya.
Okay, good to know.
You passed, didn't you?
Yep. Now, Ed. So, you and Vesta have kind of wandered around to the back of the temple just to kind of like maybe discuss this whole hag business somewhere a little less public.
Probably not a bad idea.
Yep. And you spot a window just pop open and just billows of smoke coming out of it.
Is someone doing drugs, or is there an actual fire?
Do you say this out loud?
I say this out loud.
Vesta kind of looks around, looks up. It's in a temple. I don't think they'd be doing that. Something, 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 desecration, something, something.
Oh, so there is an actual fire we can deal with. I pick up my ice spear and...
Are you starting to... So you are stepping directly into the path of the smoke coming out of the building.
Make another check. Another check.
I am making a. I'm going to point my ice spear in the building. If I pass my saving throw and if I see a source of fire, I am going to fire the ice blast.
If he hits Tess, he's going to die. You know this, right?
Yeah. He
I
will.
don't know this is the room that Tess is in. All I know is that there's a fire in the building.
So you step in directly into the path of the smoke again.
Yes.
Make another check.
Yes.
Give me that nat 1.
Nope, we got a 17 plus 12. Okay. So you step into it. You take a deep breath to get ready to throw, and you're like, wait a minute.
Does my character realize that someone is doing drugs in there?
What skill would that... I think that would be like a wisdom check or something.
We could do perception. We could do perception for that.
Yeah,
It
that
could
would
be
be...
a
Which one of these is lower?
That could
Plus
be an
3
check.
versus plus 12. Okay, yeah, I'll do this as wisdom.
It's
Boy,
a
it's a perception check. You were walking up to the window and looking.
Well, there's yeah.
There's a desire. My player desires comedy.
You're
Okay.
You're ruining an attempt to make an oracle here, and that is going to that can have consequences. But okay, you know what? Screw
Okay,
it.
so here's the so here's what I'm going to go with. Ed, you rapidly realize that illicit substances are at play here, predominantly because you yourself are starting to feel a little loopy and you want to take a nap.
Do I perceive of anyone in the room that could be harmed by the ice blast?
Dude, you can't see in the room!
Okay,
Oh,
so
boy.
I'm going to guess roughly where the wall is. where the wall where the handle would be.
As you're getting ready to do this, you vaguely hear somebody go, "Okay, I think that's aired out enough," and the window just shump.
Please tell me he
Okay.
just freezes the window shut.
Yes.
Okay. So he just froze the window shut.
I don't freeze the window shut. I just go, crap. Wanted to do this for a while.
Just kind of like you're still standing in a smoke cloud, getting increasingly sleepy.
Do another check.
Out of character, is
He doesn't have to do this,
more on his drinks at this.
Yeah, you guys are at the inn. You're having a couple of drinks. The whole sorry about throwing you under the bus is water under the bridge, and all's going well.
And he is getting the full down low on Merrick's feelings about the party, right?
Probably at this point, yeah.
And she is now trying to explain to Merrick what the hell is going on.
What? About what?
Okay, let us go in order about the issues.
They are many.
What issues?
It's
It's
are
just
we?
crazy people you're stuck with right now.
Yeah. Just
Well, as long as you keep this wine coming, I'm having no issues at all.
okay. I will. I will now go and collect the others.
Oh boy!
Barkeep, barkeep, barkeep. He put
I'll
it.
put
I
him
will
on
pay
your-
for his. I will pay for his tab.
Okay.
Considering everything, he deserves
The
it.
innkeeper just smiles. Okay.
And she
So
heads back.
so
to the
by the
others.
time you get back to the temple, you notice that one of the so it takes you a little bit, but you find Ed and Vesta. They're just kind of sitting by one of the windows. You notice this window is gray.
What the
Almost
hell
doing
is
illegal
going
substance
on
in
there?
there.
How
Almost
does,
doing illegal substances. Can I open the window back up?
That window does not open from the outside, you ding dong.
So how is Vest and Ed looking? Are they just sitting there?
Vesta seems fine. Like, she's just sitting
Ed
there, like,
looks
twiddling
like
her
it-
thumbs.
What's going on?
And Ed just looks just as loony as usual.
Is
Ed looks at
is
Merrick. Someone
Merrick
stood
back
up the
at
window.
Here's one thing I need to ask wanting to ask the GM. Isn't Merrick back at the inn?
From my
And
impression,
drinking.
Merrick
Merrick is
that's
at
what
the
he was
inn.
doing.
Yeah, Merrick is at the inn with an unlimited supply of booze right now. Literally, someone else is paying for as much as he can drink. That's
Considering-
literally what you told the barkeep.
Yes,
Have
because
fun with
Merrick deserves it for all the times we throw him under the bus.
Yes.
Correct.
Moving
right.
along. So, Akagi, you're looking at this weird gray window.
Also, I did not just send a message to Susan over text, so don't worry about it, guys.
Oh no.
Akagi, this appears to be some sort of illicit substance. Here's an idea. Here's an idea. Why don't you see if you and Vesta can open it with some sort of plausible deniability. I stick the ice spear in, freeze whatever is burning in there, and then we freeze whatever is burning there for plausible deniability. Then we dip.
Okay, it goes. I think that is probably Tess undergoing her ritual.
Nothing church related. I don't think anything church related involves illegal drugs. We've consulted them when we passed the laws.
The window opens. The priest sticking his head out the window and hacking and coughing and hacking like he's about to lose a lung. Okay.
You okay there, mister?
You don't have to shout. I'm right here.
Sorry, that was just basically the character. That's basically my voice getting a bit loud.
Fair enough. He's sort of like sucking.
I'm guessing there is now just smoke billowing out of that window right now.
Yes, it is
Oh,
just
no.
pouring out around him, and he's just like, forgot how much those smoke up the room.
Just one question. Since Akagi is there, doesn't that mean...
Roll a check.
Yup.
I'm rolling again
Everyone's rolling again.
for comedy's sake.
Come on!
Ander, once again, the only person with the brain cell. He's just holding a finger up to his face, maintaining a wind barrier, keeping the smoke out of his face.
Oh, it's 12. Okay, good.
And just
12. Okay, cool. Comedy.
Akagi just got a face full of it and she wasn't prepared for it.
Did I just see? Do I see a nat 1 for Akaki? Oh, that's gonna be great.
oh god. Yeah, the gentleman sort of finishes coughing and wheezing and sort of lifts his head and looks at the two of them. So I have good news. No. Immediately shuts the window again and looks at Ender. We have a problem.
What's
Ander
going on right
pauses.
now? What is Akagi saying?
Ander pauses. What? Do we have a bunch of vagrants hanging out outside the window now?
Opens the window again, gestures outside.
Ander pokes his head outside, maintaining the wind barrier around his head. What are you idiots doing there?
Okay.
I just came to check on these guys, and apparently somebody opened the wait. And what the hell are you smoking in there? Because I just got a face full of it.
And he's like, I'm not smoking a damn thing.
Yeah, Akagi knows that what the hell is. Akagi knows that she has gotten drugged, and she knows everything she sees is due to that drugs.
Just knows, like, okay. Well, the thing is, does Akagi know that,
Know
does Akagi know what is in oracular herbs?
She let
Everyone else here does not know that.
she knows enough about plants thanks to her big sister.
Oh yeah, she knows that these plants that do drugs exist. Does she know that they're used for oracle nonsense? Technically speaking, this stuff might also be used for druid nonsense, so Vesta might be a little bit more familiar than everybody else is.
Why do you think she hasn't?
drugs.
Why do you think she's not out of her gourd right now?
Akagi knows she's out of the court. She knows she knows what
Point of order.
here's the thing.
Excuse me.
Is kind of the. She knows when she is drunk and she knows when she is stoned. Right now, Akagi knows.
Bronze.
Yeah.
Let Stug talk.
Yeah. Sorry. Well, what does it start?
Okay. You got a 15. I got a 13. MRG got a 23. So.
Keep in mind that 15 is a nat 1.
Yes.
Yeah, both of you.
Both are nat ones.
Yes.
We are both
So
tripping
we
right
got some
now.
crit. Everybody, you guys are tripping balls. Like that's a critical fail.
Yes.
Embrace the critical fail. You're
Yeah.
tripping balls right now, and Ander is the only person here that is sober,
Well.
except for
Okay.
maybe Vesta.
And Vesta.
Except for Vesta.
Yeah.
Akagi kind of sort of goes.
That's
But
a
here's the
druid.
thing about
Don't
Akagi.
set the
She,
tone.
Well, let's just. The thing is, Whether or not Akagi knows she's under the influence of something is irrelevant due to the fact that you are currently tripping balls.
Yes, yes, that is what I'm trying to say. She knows what she is under, so this is why, which is why her reaction is going to be, guess this happened. It's basically my way of saying she's got.
Now, time to see what kind of trip y'all are going on.
This should be fun.
Akagi just has another style deadpan on her face.
Okay, okay, there's that. There's that. And okay, there we go. My dice roller's not broken. Okay, so who wants to go first?
Should we go with the lowest to highest?
Okay. Oh, Ed.
Okay.
So I'm sorry, you were saying?
You were
I
saying.
think he just said okay. Hey, Jazzy. How you doing, girl?
Okay, continue.
Yep.
Yeah, give him this trip. Let's see how it goes.
Okay, so
Does the sky taste like purple?
well, here's the thing. Yes, these are hallucinogenics, but they were also consecrated.
Holy drugs.
Hence why their existence gets around the legal issues. They are technically for religious purposes.
Blessed by the gods.
Yep.
Mhm.
So, Ed, 1 second you were standing outside the temple. The next minute you blink and you're back in that spot where you met that weird fox thing. And it's there, and it's looking at you.
What? Hold on, what happened?
He's stoned out of his mind, and he's seeing a weird fox thing.
You remember the bit where Ed tried to pray in Akagi's tongue and kinda fucked it up, but also not?
Oh, great.
And you are now back.
Out of character, Tess is they were putting Gia's drugs on Tess.
Basically.
Mm-hmm.
Embrace the Gias.
Yep. Yeah, so you're looking at the fox thing, and it's just sitting there looking at you. Just like, hello.
What happened? Update. I pull the sword out of my inventory, still in the scabbard. I think I found Mom.
Just kind of looks at you. And the fox just sort of... You swear if it had a human face, it would be smiling. Good, 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 good. Follow me.
I follow the fox.
He is wandering through the streets, stoned out of his mind. Glorious.
Basically. So...
Glorious.
Okay. So...
This is going to be a great setup for the hangover.
You can now explain what the hell happened to Ed to Barry.
Yep. So so the fox brings you to what looks like an altar.
Right. This was based on hallucinogenic, Ed kind of was something illegal was going through that window. Is my movements tracked in the actual world or something?
You see its eyes kind of unfocus for a second.
Keep in mind, this is a Japanese fox yokai, and those are tricksters.
Yup.
Those are basically fae.
They have a sense of humor.
The fox speak.
It's not just that they're fae, it's that specifically they have a sense of humor. Not all fae have a sense of humor.
Yeah.
These have a sense of humor.
You see its eyes unfocus for a second before they refocus. Don't worry, you've just walked into a wall.
Okay, good. I'm guessing I put the sword right here,
Yes.
facing this way, right?
Place it as such.
My screensaver went up. Hold on. My screensaver went up. Hold on. What was your response?
Place it as such. And gestures, and there's a little outline of the sword laying, so it's laying like it's. So you know those bits in movies where the important sword is resting, like, horizontally on a surface?
Yeah.
That.
Yeah, right. Alright. I place it there as best I can and adjust it for the outline.
The outline vanishes once you get it to match perfect. There we are. Now, when you return to consciousness and awareness of yourself, you will still have the sword, but I will be doing some behind the scenes work.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I was kind of imagining him just wandering through the streets and eventually just like placing the sword in a ritualistic fashion on some like fishmonger's stall or something.
Oh no! Bold of you to assume the fox is telling the truth.
Okay, wonderful.
When you return to consciousness, you will have the sword with you, and I will be doing some behind-the-scenes work for you. Now,
Alright.
when I am done, I will require a favor in return.
Oh boy, he made a deal with a fae. He owes a fae a favor. That's never a good sign. What?
What sort of favor are you going to ask for?
That will depend on how difficult this task is for me.
Well, hopefully it doesn't involve violating the laws of my land, but I don't think I'm going to need that.
Oh, trust me. The favor I will ask for in return is not for one of material goods.
Alright, good.
Anyways, I'm going to send you back now, okay?
Okay, got it.
Back you go. And there's this strange sort of pop, like a popping sound in your ears, and when you come to, several things are immediately apparent to you. One, Everything about you is cold and slightly damp.
Oh no, he went into the water.
2, you appear to be in a public fountain of some sort. And 3, there is a bird sitting on your head.
He's probably been stoned for a couple hours now.
Yeah.
Let's time skip back to Akiki and her drug trip.
I shoot the bird, grab the sword, and just kind of slink away.
Slightly glad nobody in this town actually knows you.
Oh, I'm sure when he becomes a hero of the people, everyone is going to remember that moment.
That moment where they saw this dude just lying in the public fountain, just like a slug, just like. Duh.
We're gonna save the kingdom, save the empire, and we're gonna be getting our medals from the emperor or whatever. And somebody in the crowd's be like, "Hey, isn't that the guy who was in the public fountain, stoned out of his mind?"
Yeah, I kind of.
That will affect
that's recalled.
nothing.
That's recalled after like I get elected or something.
That's
Make that a note, please, Susan. That needs to happen.
Meanwhile, Akagi, let's see, what kind of trip are you going on?
Okay, what do we need to roll?
Oh no, I'm the one rolling shit.
Are you the one rolling shit?
Yes.
He's the one rolling
yes,
shit.
I am.
Oh, good.
Okay, not too bad. Okay, so
Yeah, so she starts blinking out the smoke. She sees
Yep.
Adder going,
yeah.
Adder, what the hell are you,
Last time you saw Ander, you're pretty sure his hair wasn't pink.
Akagi then goes, okay, Adder, either you dyed your hair, or whatever it is whatever it is you have, Tess being bathed in inhaling is something completely problematic. Let's just say that.
Anders stares at her for a long moment, just giving her the classic Ander deadpan. This is part of
Yes.
her this is part of the oracular ceremony.
Okay. So basically, it's the Anders die down pad at each other.
You're not entirely sure what Ander just said, but you're pretty sure it wasn't words. Or at least it wasn't in a language you understood.
Akaki kind of sort of. Yeah, but Akaki understands she is tripping, so. Okay, understands she is.
He understands the deadpan.
Yes.
The dead pad and that she is tripped and what she said, so. She at least get the message across.
She at least understands that he thinks she's being an idiot.
Yep.
Yeah, she understands that. She also understands that whatever this is basically an effect due to what the hell to what's part of Tess's ritual.
Yep.
I'm just going to try and get back to the inn and let this smog clear out and let this thing clear out.
Ander, you're not entirely certain what the fuck. You're pretty sure Akaki has accidentally reverted to her mother tongue.
Ander just rubs his brow. This is why I waited until you idiots supposedly left.
Akaki
then-
kind of sort of has to go.
By now you've noticed that Akaki is starting to wander off.
Akaki then goes, Akaki goes, yeah, but when he tries that, then yeah, because Akaki's mode is goes now to get to the inn, sleep this off. And if Anna catches up with it, she's going. I have plans. I'm going to have to use gestures to have her explain that she is going to the inn so she can sleep this off and not do anything stupid.
Yeah, Ander, however, knowing that stone people wandering through the streets are probably going to get lost and not be where they need to be, and that letting Akiki just wander off like that
Is a bad idea.
It's a bad idea.
it is a bad idea.
So basically, this is basically that one is now creating a massive misunderstanding.
Yeah, Ander is, let's see. Ander, basically uses his Misty Step and he just disappears into a cloud of smoke, which
There's a lot
right
of
now,
already.
there's a lot of that already, so it's not really gonna matter. He just appears in front of Akagi, plusses his hands on her shoulder. You're not wandering the streets on your own. Starts leading her to the entrance of the temple to have her sit down and not do anything stupid.
Akagi looks around. She basically shrugs her shoulders at where she is and goes, and basically tries to explain with gestures and whatever words she can make sense that she thanks Ander for what he just did, and that she's going to stay here until this all clears off. Because like hell, is he going to do something stupid while stoned?
You have no idea what the fuck Akagi just said, but it sounded like she was agreeing to stay put, so...
Yeah, she's also answering the fact that she is not Sarid. Because, and that she is thankful Sarid isn't there to be stoned.
Sarid seems to be getting mentioned a lot, for some reason. At least you understand that much.
Ander just rubs his brown. Yes, Sarid is annoying. He uses his druidcraft and basically it makes grows a vine seatbelt out of the wooden bench he just sat her on and just puts it over her.
Just stay.
Akagi looks at it, nods, and then she's just going to sit there
And stare blankly into the void.
and until her mind gets back to normal.
As you're
Yep.
leading her off, you do hear as you're leading Akagi off, you do hear the priestess go, "So, what do I do?"
Just keep an eye on Tess. I'll be back momentarily.
Okay.
Anything else happens with her drug trip, or is she just seeing Ander with pink hair?
Well, it's more like nothing is the color it quote-unquote should be.
Okay.
Okay, she's looking
So
around.
she's seeing... So, everything is wrong-colored.
Everything
Yeah.
is wrong-colored, things are moving that shouldn't be moving.
She's basically having the same sort of style of trip, but here's the thing. Akagi knows that they were probably doing some weird or Racker ritual, and now things are weird. Whatever this is, this has had something to do with that smoke. And she's not, so she knows this is, and she's also going to tag at her and then repeat that she is glad Sarid isn't there when her mind clears up.
Yep.
Yep.
So you get back to the thing, and you find Vesta just kind of sitting there, seeming completely unbothered and unaffected by anything.
Ander just kind of looks at her for a moment. Druid nonsense. I imagine you have a little bit more of a tolerance than the others.
Also, there's the fact that I'm Fae.
Probably that too. Anyway, I need to go back to keeping an eye on Tess.
Make sure nothing explodes.
That is the goal. Ander returns to the room with Tess. Keep an eye on things and see how this turns out.
The room has been aired out by this point. And he's just sort of sitting there, just kind of watching her. It's like, so she should be all right.
And Ander nods. How will we know if this worked?
Well, when she comes, when she comes out of it, she'll tell us if it worked or not.
I see. So Ander, I guess he's just gonna sit there and keep an eye on things
just to,
until
just to sit there.
make sure nothing explodes and his apprentice comes out of this all right and all that fun stuff.
Yep. Now, after a couple of hours, Tess finally blinks.
Okay. So Tess finally blinks. I imagine this is her starting to come out of it.
Yeah, she kind of shakes her head a little, seeming to be trying to sort of clear her head. Well then,
Hello.
that was unpleasant.
I imagine such things usually are. Did anything come of it?
She seems to be kind of thinking about something for a minute. And then she kind of... It gives her a sec. She just kind of sits there for a second. Sorry. Still getting it out of my system.
I would imagine so.
She takes a deep breath of like non-smoke filled air, and when she lets it out, Andrew, you do see some sparks, sort of following her breath.
Ander keeps an eye on this. Is keeping a close eye and readying prestidigitation to put things out.
Readying the nope.
Yeah, we're just gonna put We're gonna put the temple out before it goes up in flames. It's kind of a temple to every god in existence, so would be bad idea to burn it down.
Yes. After another couple, it's just like, okay, all right, okay. I... As much as the help of Bahamut would have been appreciated in shielding me from who I was supposed to connect to, if I'm going to be able to do anything, I'm going to need all my senses and capabilities intact.
I would agree. I take it you don't want to pursue oracular abilities further.
The magic I have through my own blood is enough for me. I don't see much of a point in pursuing further beyond increasing control.
Ander nods. Though I imagine you did not have any conversations with any gods while you were stoned.
1 second. My one complaint about Pathfinder. They did away with the insight skill.
Yeah.
Mm,
I guess it's society now?
it's the closest.
Society. Bottom
It's a,
text.
it's close enough for government work.
Yep.
Also, Dad, isn't it around the time you should get off?
Yeah, soonish.
Okay.
Roll a... Since society's the
By the way,
closest...
Ed is. By the way, after the trip ended, Ed was making his way back to the inn. So
It probably, yeah.
Has Akagi's trip ended?
You have returned to reality.
She looks around, she looks down at this and goes, just, oh, okay. Okay, Yander, you can remove this vine now. I'm back to normal. And thank you for doing this.
He's not in the room. He's in a different room of the temple dealing with Tess.
Aki
Roll
looks
a...
That was-
Ander, society check for me.
Nat 20. +4.
Okay. So... So... Ander, you see Tess kind of hesitate for a moment before she goes, no.
Ander pauses and just kind of strokes his chin as he looks at her for a moment. Tess, you know you can trust me, right?
The priest kind of looks around, just like, I'm gonna go. Just kind of scoots out of the room, just like, I sense awkward building. Bye-bye.
who just left?
The priest just left the room
Yeah.
that Ander and Tess are in. So.
Yeah, she kind of fidgets from just like, alright, fine. I did make contact with a divinity, but I kinda lost my temper with them.
Ander kind of chuckles a bit, and just there. Considering what I know of most divinities, I think that's probably understandable.
Well...
He puts a hand on her shoulder. Do you think it's something that we should be worried about? Or will the divinity likely shrug, or will the divinity shrug it off?
She just kind of shrugs. I don't think it'll pay much mind to what to them is probably the unimportant ramblings of a gnat.
Some can be rather petty. I imagine if it were a more benevolent god, it will likely leave well enough alone.
I'm sure it will.
Though, given the fact we don't have any portals to the Abyss opening up and demons pouring out, I would assume that you haven't offended any dark deities yet.
Fair
If you would
enough.
prefer to, if you would prefer to keep it secret beyond this, that is fine.
Out of character, I do not know which deity she met, so
She hasn't said.
Yeah, she hasn't said. We don't know what deity she's talked to. And Ander is willing to leave well enough alone and probably isn't going to be telling the rest of the party.
yeah, no. Akagi, you look, as long as it's not Akagi's birth deity, I do not care.
Oh, it could very well have been, given her relation to Agaki, apparently.
Yeah.
And apparently that deity is keeping close tabs because it's talking to people who don't even normally worship it.
Well,
So, you know, there's a pretty high chance it is Agaki's birth deity she cussed out.
okay. Let Akagi is going to.
Well, Akagi knows nothing about this conversation. Akagi is still strapped to a pew.
Yeah, she's she's going to spend the time actually praying. She's going to spend the time praying to her birth deity to essentially go. Please.
Hi.
Was there any? Right now, Tess is undergoing something involving oracularism. I have yet to see the. Can you please explain what happened? Or if anything, just something. I am worried.
Fair.
I mean, the god may well not talk because that's what gods usually do when they're prayed to. Anyway.
You get the distinct feeling that the god will explain things a bit later.
Yeah.
Okay, so she basically just look. When it comes to Tess, it's kinda Akagi's idiocy button because when it comes to Tess, Akagi goes into full protection and becomes an idiot.
Fair. She just kind of. Anyways, Tess just kind of looks at Ander. Yeah, I kinda blew up. A lot.
You want to talk about what happened?
It's just, if this is supposedly a god of protection, then where the hell were they when what happened to me happened?
Ander sighs and just kind of puts an arm over her shoulder and pulls her a little bit closer. Perfect beings do not exist. Gods are powerful, but they are every bit as fallible as we are. They are not all-knowing, nor are they truly all-powerful. I don't know why you were not protected. They may not have known. Tiamat herself may have been interfering. Any number of things could have prevented their protection. I can understand why you're hurt and frustrated. And to be honest, this is one of the reasons why I've never put much faith in clerical magic and the power of deities. It's a lot more limited than what most clerics would tell you. And more times than not, you're better served putting trust in your own strength and making sure that you can handle problems as you see them coming. Whatever the reason, there is nothing that can be done about it now. I'm sorry. But you can grow stronger, and you can prevent this from happening to you again. And perhaps even prevent it from happening to a few other people as well.
Fair enough, but yeah, don't think she'll be talking to me again anytime soon. That's fine by me, honestly.
You'd be surprised. Some deities can be rather persistent, and sometimes they don't want to give up on somebody.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Anyways, where did everyone else go?
Well, Ed got blasted full face with the smoke from your oracular incense and wandered off. I wasn't able to stop him before he did. Akiki was also blasted with your incense and is currently strapped down in a pew here at the temple. I think she took Merrick back to the inn. Vesta probably went to the inn as well.
That's concerning on several levels.
Yeah, probably is. I'm sure Ed will be mostly alright. He's a nobleman, so they get cut a lot of slack.
And hopefully he didn't do anything too bad.
Probably just made himself look stupid.
Oh. Well,
For now.
shall we go?
Out of character, aren't you guys forgetting someone?
We should probably go.
We're grabbing you on the way out. Calm down.
Thank you. Just
I'll go.
worried.
I'll go. I'll go get. I'll go get Akagi.
Well, she is on the way out. Let's get going.
Okay. She. Tess scurries over to the main center of the main center of the. Heads
chapel.
over to the main chapel. Is just like. Okay. Now she looks at the vine-based seatbelt. This doesn't seem right.
What?
She was rather stoned and not speaking coherently, so I just made sure she didn't go wandering off.
I
Ander
thank you for that.
taps-
And I thank you for that, Ander.
Ander taps the floor with his staff, and the vine withers and just
Drops
falls off the. Yeah, just withers away.
Thank you for making sure I didn't do anything stupid, Ander. You're reliable.
Sometimes it seems like I'm the only one who's reliable.
Yeah. And I'm just now, if there's one good thing of Serene not being here, it's because of what would have happened if she had gotten the face full of that stuff and had And, well, you know where I'm going with this.
Given what I've known of Sarid, she may have a tolerance to such things. Experience tends to do that.
Yeah.
Uh,
Also,
Vesta has followed the group. So now, Akagi, you remember Tess also being at ground zero of that smoke cloud, but she seems perfectly fine.
Tess, you seem fine. Did nothing or anything happen? What, Tess? What happened? This is not me being mad. This is me just.
Nothing worth really commenting on occurred.
Okay. I did ask my goddess to keep an eye on you, just in case things went really crazy. I'm glad you're alright, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Glad to see you're alright too. And
Now,
Vesta has also returned.
yeah, she just goes and asks the bar. Yeah, let's just see. Let's just return to the. Let's just return to the inn and on the way see where Ed went up to.
Yep. As they're walking, Andrew, you hear Vesta and Tess talking about the general experience. Like, so, did they have the proper equipment for this kind of thing? It's like, there's proper equipment. Oh dear, Vesta's just like, oh dear gods. No wonder nothing happened if they weren't doing it right.
Yeah, kind of sort
They
of.
had and Anders speaks up. They had the proper herbs and incense burners.
She mentioned a funnel. That is not the appropriate equipment.
I believe that was put on the incense burner to keep us from getting stoned.
Well, it
And that didn't work out, but in the end, that didn't work out so well as they thought it did.
Anders shrugs. Worked out fine for me.
But you probably created some sort of magical cushioning of air around your face.
Anders shrugs. You learn to do these things with my experiences.
I understand that.
Magical fraternities can get wild.
Vesta laughs. You should see what druids get up to on the solstice. I'll bring you guys over sometime.
Oh, that sounds like it'll be a blast.
I'm guessing it's kind of like the party where I met Calliope.
Oh, we get worse.
Sounds like a fraternity. sounds like the wizard school fraternities.
Akaki right now just got extremely red in the face. I just went, anyway.
So I take it so do they summon nymphs at these things?
Oh, we don't have to summon them. They just show up.
Take it as a magnet to satyrs as well.
Satyrs, nymphs, dryads, basically anything really.
Yeah,
Like,
I know a bit.
like
I know a bit personal about the satyr part.
But,
sounds like white thing.
So we return to the inn. A inert Merrick has been quietly propped in a corner.
Akaki looks at
Completely
him.
wasted.
Akaki looks at him, sighs. What's the tab?
Hold on. I want to roll for this.
Anyway, so the
18
the barkeep spots you guys. Is just like, so you guys have a human friend, right? A dude.
Yes. See that just
You
deadpans.
do, yes.
See that deadpans. What did he do?
Oh, nothing. Just he came back soaking wet from head to toe.
Ander looks at Tess. See, I told you, he made himself look like an idiot.
Akagi just face bombs.
I'm not
Where
going
is
to.
he?
Talking to a falcon for some bizarre reason.
I assume he has changed into dry clothes at this point.
Yes.
Yes, so
Why the hell were Akagi goes, okay, then why the hell were you outside the window in the first place?
Vesta speaks up. He and I were discussing what I knew of hags and how it related to me in a more discreet location.
Okay. But that still doesn't explain
and-
the scene I saw. I saw him pointing that ice spear at the window!
He was concerned there was a fire.
I'm just glad he didn't. I'm just glad he didn't hallucinate a fire. But considering his condition, he might have.
Ander
No,
looks at Ed, reaches his hand out, spear.
No,
Okay.
mine.
Akagi
I wasn't asking. I need it.
just goes, Ed, when the group's mage asks for something magical, hand it over to him.
Okay. Here.
Ander takes the spear, looks at Tess. So, Tess, would you like to learn some alchemical bonding techniques?
alchemical bonding?
Yes, one of the things I practiced for quite some time at the college is the art of taking magical pieces of monsters and alchemically bonding them to weapons. I intend to make. Aki's about to say something.
Yes, Akagi just kind of, and it's basically me going, Akagi's ear just kind of sort of perks up about the whole alchemical bonding that bonds monsters to
Weapons.
weapons. Just
Oh?
ears perk up. Because
It's,
she,
Ander says it's still experimental, so it might melt something. And I figure, given his behavior with the spear, it's not a total loss if Ed loses it.
And Tess includes, and if it does get damaged, I can fix it.
okay,
Indeed.
okay, you two do that.
Should we do this
I
outside?
also have a backup.
Should we do this
I also have a backup.
outside or someplace safe?
Let's do this outside.
Just be careful, because if you say this could have catastrophic consequences, you better need to make sure that nobody disturbs you.
Oh,
Yeah,
don't
I'll
worry.
go-
There's only a small chance of the spear ending up being possessed by the spirit of that shadow bronze.
Well, what could go
It's just-
wrong?
I don't know. Whatever comes out, it'll probably look pretty cool.
Maybe.
Yeah, and once you're done with him, Akagi just takes out her swords and once you're done with that spear, do these to these two as well.
Ander nods. If you want to sacrifice your weapons to the cause, takes those as well.
It's
I love the fact that no one is noticing that Ander is not doing this with his own stuff.
Akagi noticed the stat, which is basically adds, if you melt that spear, I want my swords back without anything added to, without any sort of tampering. You are only to use it on those swords if it is successful.
Just because I fail with one doesn't mean I'll fail with the others.
At least it. Well. Okay. Wait. I might have something, and you kind of sort of see Akagi. Wait. Akagi takes. I'm pretty sure I have something you could work with. And this is right now the player is looking through her inventory trying to find something. You could give him.
Test weapon.
Well, yeah. She
So,
she basically hands him the longbow.
Okay. Ander
Yeah.
takes the longbow too.
And my sword's back. It's either the swords or the longbow.
There's 2 swords, right?
Yes, but my fighting style requires me to use both.
Tell you what.
Ander takes the longbow. Gives her back the swords.
Thank you.
So, where should we do this?
Well, the inn has a brain. The inn has a the inn has like a stables or something, right?
Yeah.
There should be like a place for people to deal with their horses and stuff.
Yes,
by
there
the stables.
is.
So he'll go. They'll take it out there.
Okay.
Goes, if
I-
you're...
Uh,
then asks, is there any way we can rent an extra stables? Because I'm pretty sure they're gonna use one.
The innkeeper just kind of stares at you for a solid minute, having been watching this exchange. So long as you pay for any repairs needed, I won't ask for extra.
Understood. But speaking of pay, suggests Cat Merrick. What's his tab?
1 second. Ducks under the table.
Akaki mentally goes, it doesn't matter how big his tab is, considering all that has happened to him and what the hell he might think of or thought of us before I explained it. He deserves every little drop of booze he got.
No, I don't need that. Where is? Oh wait, no, it should be intend. That's not it. That's not it. Scroll down. Don't need that. Why is that pinned? Whatever.
But yeah, out of character, I do know how Akaki's reaction to the whole thing is. Whatever people around me are doing is for the better of, is for my own safety. I am not going to dispute it because whatever the hell is happening is not normal.
Whatever that is 110% not my problem. Anyways.
Here we are. Like that.
Anyways, what's Merrick's tab?
We are gonna have to address that and the item improvement crafting session next time because I need to go eat food.
Yeah, it's lunchtime for you. So
Yeah, that's fine. I actually kind of thought it might be a good idea to discuss that before we got into it.
Yep.
Anyway.
Anyways, thank you all very much for stopping by, and I hope to see you all again soon. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye-bye.